Dear students of class 10, today you are welcome to my civics class. Today's topic is the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. The remaining points I am going to teach. Point number 1, the Cabinet. 2, the appointment. 3, term of office. 4, Cabinet Secretariat. And 5, features of the Cabinet system. Number 1, the Cabinet. What is this? Cabinet is formed. The Cabinet is the important ministers who are faithful to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister generally appoints a group of important ministers as Cabinet Minister. They are very much faithful to the Prime Minister. And this faithfulness helps the Prime Minister to choose, the correct one to be the Cabinet Ministers. Now, the Cabinet Ministers are the part of Council of Ministers, but the Council of Ministers are not the Cabinet Ministers. And next point, appointment. The appointment of Cabinet Minister. How is the Cabinet Ministers, how are the Cabinet Ministers appointed? The Cabinet Ministers are appointed by the President in consultation with the Prime Minister. That means the Prime Minister makes a list of the persons who are likely to be appointed as the Cabinet Minister. So the list of the Prime Minister is sent to the office of the President, and as per the list, the President, appoints the Cabinet Ministers. Now, Cabinet Ministers appointment, the Cabinet Ministers are appointed by the President, but sometimes some Cabinet Ministers fail. Some Cabinet Ministers fail to get satisfactory in shouldering all responsibilities for the people and for the cause of country's welfare and growth and development. In that case, the Prime Minister decides whether the person should be there as the Cabinet Minister. That means whenever the candidate or whenever a Cabinet Minister is able to have faith and confidence of the Prime Minister, he can do it. And whenever he fails to do it so, the Prime Minister may suggest him to resign. In that case, another one is appointed as the Cabinet Minister by the President of India. So this is the system of appointment. And next one, term of office. The Cabinet Ministers. A Cabinet Minister holds office for a term of 5 years. And the Cabinet Minister can hold his office until he is getting confidence of the House, until he is getting the confidence of the Prime Minister. Suppose the minister promises something before that election for the people of that particular parliamentary seat of him from where he was elected, but he fails to realize it. So people grew offended. So that incident sometimes results in dissatisfaction in the House of Parliament. A number of members of Parliament may raise a hue and cry, may raise a number of questions before the Speaker. In that case, that very particular minister is supposed to answer all the questions of the respective member of Parliaments, the respective members of Parliament. But if the person fails to answer as quick as possible with necessary statistics, with necessary informations, the image of the government can be harmed. In that case, the Prime Minister has to come forward in support of that particular minister. The Prime Minister is supposed to clarify the matters with necessary examples, with necessary informations. If Prime Minister fails to do it so, in that case, the whole ministry is supposed to resign. That means the the proposal of confidence motion is brought against the ministry before the Speaker. In that case, the Speaker gives them a chance to approve whether they have confidence. If they fail to do it so, the whole ministry is supposed to resign. But the thing is that the Prime Minister, sometimes in absence of Prime Minister, when the Cabinet Minister who is asked question by any particular member of Parliament, it is the first and foremost duty of that particular Cabinet Minister to answer the question of that respective member of Parliament with necessary examples, with necessary informations. If he fails to do it so, in that case, there is none to help him. In that case, that is his individual responsibility. In that case, the person either he resigns from his ministry, or the Prime Minister suggests him to resign, because the image of the government is being carved by that particular cabinet minister. So the confidence of the House, the confidence of Prime Minister, whatever he gained once, and for that reason that very minister is appointed by the President under the consent of the Prime Minister, that confidence, suppose he loses. Because of that reason, in that case, the Prime Minister suggests him to resign in order to avoid facing the proposal of no confidence motion in the House of Parliament. And next one, Cabinet Secretariat. What is this? Cabinet Secretariat. Cabinet Secretariat makes planning, makes arrangement for conducting meetings and agenda of the cabinet. It informs and summons the meetings that are approved by the Prime Minister. As per the instruction of Prime Minister, a number of meetings are held, but it is as a cabinet secretariats. It communicates the message. It communicates decisions of the cabinet to whom? To the council. That's why the role of cabinet secretariat is very confidential and top secret. And next one, features of the cabinet system. Features of the cabinet system. The cabinet system has some responsibilities. The entire system of the cabinet is divided into two types, divided into two categories. Number one, individual responsibility of the cabinet. Number two, collective responsibility of the cabinet. Now, what is collective responsibility of the cabinet? The works which are given, the responsibilities which are given to the cabinet ministers, they are supposed to shoulder it. If they fail to do it so, in that case, the Prime Minister comes forward in order to support him, in order to help him. This is collective responsibility. The ministers are unanimous in their support, and government policies, whatever they are supposed to make, that should be done impartially for the all-round development of the country. That's why this is known as collective responsibility of the cabinet. And next one, that is individual responsibility. Each minister is responsible for the functioning of his or her department. That means one minister, suppose he is a railway minister, suppose one accident took place and thousands of people suddenly lost their lives due to that very accident, and the death rates were increasing from time to time as per the bulletin of railway department. So that in that case, the person has to, that very minister has to make some declaration that what was the reason suddenly that incident took place, and who is responsible for that accident, whether it was a sabotage, or it was that incident took place due to some mechanical and some faults in maintaining the railway system. So in that case, each and every explanation is required on the part of that very minister. If the minister fails to clarify it properly with full confidence, the minister is supposed to resign. So this is the individual responsibility of the cabinet or cabinet minister. Up to this, my dear students, next day the remaining part will be taught to you. Thank you.